I can tell if someone is a good dancer just by the way they smile.
David's team.
Alex, look at me.
Turn your head a little bit. And now this way.
Now do it whilst you're dancing.
No.
Yeah, well, it's true then.
Why? But why?
What is
From
it
that
about?
smile?
No.
Yeah.
Because people who are good at dancing...
Please stop doing that. I find it a bit disturbing, David. It's just a bit light entertainment for you, David.
Really? What is it? Yeah, what it's about?
People,
what do you look for?
Well, people who are good at dancing will look naturally smug.
What are you saying?
Now, you're putting on a smug face.
No, he's not.
And people who are good at dancing have shorter teeth than you. It's just something about dancers. They seem to be a little bit underdeveloped in the tough area.
Are they making up for their short teeth by
Could
learning
be,
to dance?
I don't know, but it seems to be a pattern. That's what I found doing extensive research. So I'll go round you all now. Open up. You could be all right.
Oh, that's a backhanded compliment. Smug, short-toothed person.
Not mine.
Go on. Rob?
Rob, he's got quite long teeth.
No. The thing is...
Rob,
look.
you get up there and prove her wrong.
I just want to say, Rob, I've got a lot of respect for your commitment to the show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm no Bruno or Len.
I'm no Bruno or Len. Hasn't she got a
Hang
stupid
on, you're
voice?
now taking them. What is... Does anyone know how large Fred Astaire's teeth are?
Small.
Small.
Didn't have any,
Small.
just gums.
He had little, tiny little...
Like that, no.
Tiny.
Just tiny. Almost like-
top hat, nothing up outside. So what are you going to say, David?
Mel, do you think it's true?
I think it's the sort of claim that Ms. Jones would make.
It's not scientifically proven.
What you don't say.
Yes.
I think it is the sort of thing she's
She's claimed it. She's not saying it is.
No.
Yeah. Do you think it's the truth?
The truth.
The truth. I think we think it's true.
You think it's true?
Yes.
Alex Jones, was it the truth, or were you telling a lie?
Don't be so ridiculous. It's a lie!
Yes, it was a lie. Alex can't tell if someone is a good dancer by the way they smile.
My dad used to keep a coconut in the car because holding it was the only thing that would cure my travel sickness.
David's team.
Where did the coconut come from?
We used to go on this very long journey to Devon.
Yeah.
That's where we used to go on holiday. One year, when the fair came to the village where we were staying, we won a coconut, and because I was sitting with it in the car on the way home, because I was so fond of it, it was the one journey where I didn't get sick.
And you hadn't opened the coconut, you hadn't given in to
No.
the temptation, which most of us, when we get a coconut, really the thrill is the smashing open with the hammer of the coconut.
I disagree.
Oh.
It's the drilling and the sucking the milk out with the straw.
Some of us like to drill and suck, some of us like to smash.
This is what it says on robsmatch.com website.
So, talk us through the benefits. I mean, what was it about holding the hairy little fella that...
You got excited then, didn't you?
That's brought you such comfort?
I think it must have just been the texture of it and also the sheer distraction.
This could be the best night of your life, David.
It would help me to visualise if you could put your head in her lap. Could we do that? Can you just... You pop your head, just so we can get a feel. You could just...
Well, do you know what? He didn't take much persuading, did he?
So how would that look? Is this something we could believe in? Yeah, slightly higher so we can see.
I'll tell you what, I'm
Yeah.
glad he faced that way. That could have been awkward, couldn't it?
You don't look as delighted with the coconut as I was expecting.
Can I just say, with my slightly spiky hair, I probably am slightly more coconut-esque. Just saying.
Too late, the coconut's been cast.
So, David. David, what are you thinking?
What do you think, Griff?
I don't believe the old hairy coconut story.
I think definitely true. So I'm saying true, Griff's saying not true.
I
So
don't know.
whoever your favourite is, just go with that.
It's like I'm, you know, a nasty dad with 2 children of very different ages. My instinct is it's true.
You think it's true? OK, Susanna, they say it's true. Were you telling the truth? Or were you, in fact, telling a lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Susanna's dad didn't used to keep a coconut in the car to cure her travel sick.
I can break an apple in half with my bare hands.
David's team.
What is your technique?
I take it in the hands.
Yes. Are your hands bare at this point?
Of course they're bare.
Yes.
Friction's very much part of this, this equation. You must pull it, I'm going to say east to west. A lot of people think you need to twist. You don't need to twist.
You don't need to twist.
You
just
don't need to
pull
twist.
apart.
Pull it apart.
How do you get the
Pull the
grip?
apple apart.
Won't your hands just slide away from it? I'd have thought you'd need to twist.
If you twist, you fail. Twisting equals tears.
So you just grip the apple in your hands and then fling them apart, and you have 2 half apples.
No, I rip it apart.
Yeah.
The way you were miming it then, there's like downward pressure from the thumbs, almost as if you're trying to open it like a book.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like? Because I can believe that more than the just grip, bang!
Yes. No, David, that's fair enough. Yes.
It's just you're almost like you insert.
Oh, but I so wish it was bang. It's not.
No, you're inserting the thumbs to try and pull it apart that way.
No insertion.
All right.
No,
But
that's
downward
the grip.
pressure.
Downward pressure. And there it is.
So where are the thumbs? Are the thumbs either side of the stalk?
You know where the thumbs are, David.
Where are the thumbs either side of the stalk?
Yes.
No insertion or penetration. Just
No, absolutely not. No, the thumbs are used for gripping, not for ripping. That's what I was taught. And if you remember that...
The system comes with a catchphrase.
If you can remember that, you too will be parting apples.
How long have you done this for?
I have done it for a long time. What I used to do to entertain was I used to take hard-boiled eggs, peel them, I can still do it, and I could take the shell off in one. And you actually peel the membrane rather than trying to... Don't be all rough-handed and don't, take your time. Off it comes bang.
And when did you...
That's the correct way to present. With an apple, it's this.
When did you first discover that you could do the apple? How did it come about? How did it come to be?
I can't remember the first time I did it. I can remember the feeling. But I can't remember the first time I did it.
What was the feeling?
The feeling was magnificent.
Right, David, is that the truth?
I don't think so, but it could be. Can we leave it at that?
Yeah, that's fine. OK, on to the next round. No, we can't.
I agree with that. I'd love to see him do... I hope it's true, because then they'll make him do it.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see it.
Yeah. If it's not true,
Make
will
him
they
do
make
it
him
anyway.
try?
So what's it going to be?
Oh, I really want it to be true, but it isn't true, I don't think.
You can't pull an apple apart, can you?
You can't just rip it in half. I so want you to be able to.
If you and I can't, sure.
And I can't.
I've never tried.
Have you ever tried?
If I had an apple here, and I could have a few
But I think
goes-
if those two can't do it, David, with the greatest respect, it's highly unlikely you're going to pull it off.
tremendously, frighteningly strong hands, as I found out to my own cost.
So
you think it's a lie, then?
I'm afraid I do,
OK,
yeah.
well, I'll go with the Giants.
You're going to say it's a lie? All right, you're saying it's a lie. Bob, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Yes.
Do it.
Well, guess what I've got under the desk? My trusty box of apples. It's a proper apple. Ready,
Yes.
Bob?
It's a big one.
Thank you. Not you, him.
Does your husband play cricket?
I love that sort of thing. Where shall I do it?
I really hope he can't do it.
It's David.
Once a week, I love to eat a full English breakfast, but can only do so if I'm entirely stripped to the waist.
Lee's team, what do you think?
Once a week, you say?
Yeah.
Any particular day of the week?
At the weekend, usually a Saturday or a Sunday.
Do you know what the weekend is, David?
Do you cook it, mate? Do you cook it in that state of undress, or do you get undressed once it's cooked?
I get undressed once it's cooked. But, you know, I mean, there's a limit to the amount of undressing required. I mean, I take my top off.
Boxers or...
No, it's.
I think it's waist up, I think.
Waist
Yes. Waist up, yes.
It would be odd if he had a breakfast from the waist down. He's strip naked. That would be odd if you went round to his house and said, "Thank you, David, for the sausage and beans. We're not done yet."
Yeah. No, that's.
Get them off.
Yeah.
And none of you going to ask why?
I'm about to ask.
Oh, good.
What on God's earth function does taking your top off play in this breakfast?
In many ways, I've lost a lot of self-respect.
You have.
And sometimes I like to wallow in that.
In that case, we think it's true.
I do find there's a certain amount of splatter involved in the eating of a full
Is this
English.
getting sexual?
Not from my body.
Is this on your own, or would someone join you?
More usually on my own, but I wouldn't.
Would you like someone to join you?
I don't think so. Really.
I'm not offering.
Can I ask you a question, Gabby? Do you like a fried breakfast?
David, is this... Sorry. Is this for practical reasons? Is it, as you say, just to stop the splashing, or is it a lovely sense of liberation?
I think it's partly practical, partly, yes, of course, you feel closer to nature.
So what are you thinking, Lee? What are you going to say? Is he telling the truth here?
Christian, what do you think? Do you eat with your clothes on?
I do.
You don't strip off for any reason to do with eating?
No, not really.
Do you think he does?
Having got to know David during the course of this evening, I rather suspect he does.
Diane, do you...
No, I do not. No.
No, I was going to
sorry.
say, do you believe... I was going to say, do you believe it? I wasn't taking the opportunity to go, do you have fries? Do you want to come round my house? Will you take the top off? I wasn't going to say that.
No,
I was
of course
thinking it.
not.
I was absolutely thinking it. I've never said it out loud, but now you've brought it up. Do you want to come round on Sunday? I've got burnt-out potato waffles. Do you think David is telling the truth, or do you...
I think he's telling the truth.
I think David's a well-brought-up, educated chap.
Yes,
He'd never
no,
do
he would
anything
never.
quite so stupid. So it's not true.
Tie.
It's not true.
I'm online now. Yeah.
OK, we have to go with lie, then.
You're going to say lie. David, truth or lie?
Please don't be true.
It is a lie.
Thank you, God.
Right. Once on Christmas Day, I was forced to hitchhike my way home and was picked up by 4 different drivers.
Please do.
Where were you going from and to?
I was going from London down to Hastings.
How old are you?
I was about 17 and a half.
And because nothing was running on Christmas Day, or you were skint?
No, what happened was I was meant to go home on Christmas Eve, but I missed the last train.
So you started your journey in London?
I did.
And how long did it take to get picked up? For the first bit?
Not long, actually. 10 minutes-ish.
And he said...
Would you like to come back and have Christmas lunch with me? I'm very lonely.
Seriously, he said that?
Yeah.
What sort of a man was he?
He was a gay man in his mid-70s.
How far did you go with him? No. I mean, how far on your journey did you go?
I think he drove me about 10 miles, something like that.
So that's the first person.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember the second one?
A woman.
Yes.
Who picked me up round about the Eltham area, I think.
I like a euphemism early on in the show. We've all been picked up in the Eltham area, haven't we?
Actually, you're more accurate than you realise. She actually did make a pass at me.
This is 2 now?
Well, she said, where do you want to go? And I said, down to the coast, please.
Oh, my God. Did she go down to the coast?
Well, what she actually did was she put her arm round my neck and tried to kiss me.
She did. What had led her to believe that this was a possibility? What had happened?
The mistletoe on the wing mirror.
Yeah, she tried to kiss me. I opened the door and got out of the car and ran away.
Ah, so that explains the second story. Right, now get to the third one.
The third guy was deaf.
I'll tell you what, if this turns out to be a lie, you deserve a medal for making this as least plausible as possible en route to the story. But, OK, so he's deaf.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I had to write down where I wanted to go.
And you said Hastings on the card?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. He just started driving.
Oh, my That's a bit menacing, isn't it?
He didn't look scary.
And who was the fourth?
The fourth was a farmer. He said that he was fed up with his family, so he took me all the way to Hastings.
So he's having a bad day on Christmas Day and decides he'd rather drive you to Hastings.
Well, he said that he told his wife he was going out for a paper. That's the end, really, because he dropped me off where I was going.
Did you invite the man in for a mince pie or something? You know?
No.
You didn't even invite him in?
No. Do you think that's a bit weird?
I don't. I think it's the weirdest bit of the story. He's given you a lift all the way to Hastings on Christmas Day. He's the only one who hasn't made a sexual pass at you. He's been entirely honourable. Just give him a little bit of a mince pie and some brandy butter.
So what do you think? There's a lot of detail in there.
I think it's not true.
Based on?
I think it's got too many characters, like a Tarantino film.
The bit I'm doubting is that wouldn't you just write on a piece of paper Hastings and hope someone's going to Hastings rather than anyone going sort of that way and I'll just keep getting out and getting out?
Have you ever hitchhiked? You sound very idealistic about it all. Well, I'm not getting in a car until I go into Hastings. I don't care what day of the year it is. Hastings, no.
Paul does have a point. That's not how it works. You just go a little bit, and then maybe... And that's part of the fun of hitchhiking. So
don't try and pretend to me you've ever hitchhiked. I know you well enough. Getting at the back of a Mercedes once a week is not hitchhiking.
I've seen it in films, though.
So
True.
Ray thinks it's true.
It's got to be true.
OK.
Too wacky to be made up.
So you think they're too wacky to be made up, you think they're too wacky to be true?
Yeah, I think she enjoyed making them up.
So what's it going to be then, Lee?
OK, well, we'll say... be it on your head, Ray, but we'll say it's the truth.
Saying it's the truth. OK, Joe Brand. Truth or lie?
It is true.
I can write so well with my right foot that to save time writing Christmas cards, I simultaneously write one card with my hand and one card with my foot.
David's team.
I think we just want to have a demonstration. So can you write one card to Rob and one to me?
All right.
I can think of another time saver, actually, because you can actually get cards where they've already printed Happy Christmas on them for you.
And that's the kind of emotionless man you are. You get them printed when it says, sorry to hear that someone's died, and he's got David. Now,
couple of cards.
Yes. So.
A couple of pens.
Yeah. Now, obviously, it's going to be difficult because my sofa's not as high as this at home. So how the hell do you expect me to sit on there and reach the floor?
Yeah. Why don't you just use Rob's chair?
And then use it on the floor. Good idea. Can I use your chair, Rob?
Yeah, of course.
It'd be a nice treat for you sitting on the big high stool. So, there you go. Hang on, I'll help you up. Just. So we get here. So this is me at home, obviously sat on my own.
I feel like a song now.
At the same time now for us.
Can I just say at school?
Have you ever had one of those days? See you the same time next week. I'm Val Dunican. Goodbye. Set the scene for us, Lee. It's the run-up to Christmas.
It's the run-up to Christmas.
You're at home.
We've left it a bit late.
Yeah.
My wife's saying, oh, we haven't done the Christmas cards again, sweetheart. And I say, fear not, love, because you remember my party trick. If I help you, we'll do it 3 times as quick. Because the 3 of us, me, her and the foot. So, the pen, the red pen for now, will go into the thus. OK? So that card will go on the floor there, like that. And then, wait, Josh, look. And then the other one goes in the hand there. And I think you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, I have demonstrated it perfectly. I mean, what else is there to do?
Well, why don't you try and
We're
write
running out of
me?
time, Rob. I think we should wrap it up now.
Why don't you try and write me?
Time, Rob. We're running out of time.
I think you could write...
That's the buzzer. That's the end of the game.
Have I moved to Scotland? Why don't you write me with that one, a lovely Christmas message and a lovely one for David.
So, here we go.
Still, well, I can see why this is a tremendous time saver.
Off you go, start corresponding.
Now.
Well done. Hey! Well done.
He's doing it. He is doing it. And this one, come on. Oh, the kisses, good. Oh.
Happy Christmas.
All right.
Alrighty.
Can I have a look? This is yours, David. It's a little. If you received that in the post, you'd think someone wanted to kill you, wouldn't you?
I think we're going to go true.
You're going to. So, are you saying it is the truth, or are you saying it is a lie?
No, it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It is a lie.
So, Lee, was it the truth, or might it have been a lie?
It was, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Lee doesn't use his hands and feet to write 2 Christmas cards at the same time.
As a child, rather than sleeping with a comfort blanket or teddy bear, I slept with a potato.
Lee Mack, what do you think?
Was it the same potato, or did you have different potatoes over the years?
Well, that was the problem, because you get attached to a potato. So, when you get attached to a potato, it's rotting a bit, but it's your comfort. It's like your teddy bear's it smells of your old teddy bear, or whatever it happens to be. The potato is my favourite potato, and I used to draw on it.
So it was one potato the whole time?
The actual truth is, it was taken away from me, and I cried and I cried and I cried, but they threw it out. So it took me like another 3 or 4 weeks to get used to the new potato.
Dale, did they have names, your potatoes?
No.
You slept with a potato that you didn't even know its name?
Well...
Yes, slag!
Did you hug them? Did you have them close to your face?
I used to put it on the pillow like that, and I used to bash it.
Bash it? Why did you bash it? Is that how you show love, Dale?
What's the bashing?
Well, I used to like the dent it made in the pillow.
Oh, so you'd bash it onto the pillow, and then you'd
And then I would take it out, so that's where you're going to bed later.
Be honest, Dale. Is the truth of this story that your parents would shout through the door, "What are you doing in there?" And you'd say, "Nothing, just bashing the potato"?
You haven't asked me why I stopped, and this is why you'll realise...
Dale, why did you stop?
Because Mrs. Marks, who was our next-door neighbour, I heard her talking to my mother in the driveway, and I heard Mrs. Marks say to my mother, "Is he still sleeping with a potato?" I think that they've been talking about it, and she probably said to Mrs. Marks, "Did any of your children ever want to sleep with a potato?"
So what are you thinking, Lee?
Miranda.
I sort of want it to be true, because he's so sweet.
Yeah.
I do think the two winning things are that that's where you're going to sleep,
Yeah.
and Mrs. Marks.
Well, do you know what?
Is he still
That's the
sleeping
thing.
with...
I think Mrs. Marks exists.
Yeah.
And I like Mrs. Marks. I like what she represents. She represents the sanity of the street.
And the beauty
Whereas
is...
the Wintons, they're all over the shop.
So what are you going to say, Lee? What's it going to be?
What do we think?
I think
you think it's true?
I do think it's
I
true.
think it's true.
All right, I'll go with my team and say that it's true.
You're saying it's true. OK. Dale Winton, the potato in the bed. Was it the truth or was it a lie?
I have slept with many things over the years, because I'm a very old man, but I have never slept with a potato. It's a lie!
It's Sarah Milliken.
Possession.
Ah, there's a box under your desk. Would you pop it on the desk? And then, first of all, read out the card that's inside before you show us what the possession is.
This is my cat cam. I put it around my cat's neck for a week to film what I got up to because I believed it was him who kept turning the kitchen tap on.
OK, let's take this item out and pop it on the desk. Right, Lee's team, cat cam.
So you're saying that you thought the cat might be turning the tap on?
Yes.
Well, we know it wasn't John. So you put the cat cam on the cat for how
Yes.
long?
For, well, generally like an hour at a time, but while I was out.
So the cat's clever enough not to be turning this tap on when you're in?
Well, yeah, because I would just see him doing it, and then I would know it was him.
If he could do the tap, were you not worried that he could turn the camera off?
No, because the tap's like one of those ones where that's quite fiddly.
And how do you see the picture? You connect it to a computer?
Yeah,
Is
it's
there
just
a
got
USB
a USB
on there?
thing, yeah.
I see, OK.
You attach it to the computer, and how long you watching? An hour at a time?
Well, you fast forward it. I'm not sitting
Oh, just the
watching...
highlights. You're doing the highlights.
Yeah.
Go on. The big question is:
was it the cat?
Not so far, but it's still
Somebody's
sort of
turning the taps on when you go out of the
It's
house.
kind of a work in progress. So
when you come
I hope
back...
he's not watching, because then...
Don't worry, turn this off. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why didn't you attach the camera to the tap?
Oh. Thank you.
What's the name of your cat, Sarah?
It's called Chief Brody.
And the personality, is he a scratcher?
He is a scratcher.
On bits of furniture?
Arms.
Yeah. Well, that's not so much of a worry. It's the furniture is more the thing, isn't it?
Is it?
Thanks.
Can I ask why you're so worried about the cat turning the taps on when you've got something in your house that's attacking you? I wouldn't mind if
But
it's
he's
turning the
still
tap on if it's scratching my face.
Well, that's because you're not a cat lover.
No, but I don't like things that scratch.
Well, don't get a cat then.
Am I the weirdo here?
Yes.
We have a show of hands.
Yes. That's so lovely to hear, because usually it's me.
What colour is your cat, Sarah?
Ginger.
Pink collar, ginger cat.
Would
you?
It's red. It's not
Would
pink.
you? Pink.
It's red.
Oh, please, it's pink.
It's red. Shut your face.
Red and ginger, devil's finger. That's what they say. Who says that? They do.
Is that what your mum used to
And they're
say?
still saying it.
So what do you think, Lee? Is she telling the truth?
What do we think, Bob?
I'm saying it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. David's saying it's...
Possibly true.
Well, I'll lie.
OK, you're saying lie. Sarah, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Sarah didn't put a cat cam on her cat.
A quick technique I often use to determine if someone has singing potential is to get them to sing Bar Bar Black Sheep as if they are frightened.
David?
Is it? As if they are frightened?
Yes.
And what is it about that tells you anything?
It's to determine whether they can perform.
But
Not just to sing, but whether they can take it to the
look
next level.
terrified while singing, because that's the key skill needed in a choir.
No, it's more about them. You know, it might be that I want them to get under the skin of a piece of music that I'm going to do later. So I want to see whether they've got what it takes emotionally to connect with the song, even if it is Bar Bar Black Sheep.
Is that one of your favourites, Bar Bar Black Sheep?
Well, it's a very good tune.
Well, look, the talk is cheap. Let's see some of that, and I use this phrase advisedly, Malone magic in action.
Greg, could you sing Bar Bar Black Sheep as if you were frightened, please?
Fine, I'm an incredibly versatile actor. Let's go. Frightened?
Frightened.
OK.
Oh.
Black sheep, have you anyone? Science.
Yes, sir.
3 bags full.
Can I are you being Barry, Robin, or Morris? I can't quite tell.
I think we've established that he's got potential, and the important thing is...
Give me another emotion, Gareth.
No, well, that's...
Yeah, I know, but give me another one. Just...
Well, all right. Sexual joy.
Hang on a minute. Have you
Can I do the frightened one?
Oh, you want to do that?
I don't get to look someone in the eye very often.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see, is there anybody here, do you think, who perhaps doesn't like singing, who might be sat in between... Who might be in between his teammates now thinking, oh, I do hope they don't come to me. Is there anyone?
Why don't we ask David to...
OK, all right.
To perhaps sing Bar Bar Black Sheep.
Bar Bar Black Sheep, like I'm very frightened.
Go on, David.
OK. Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you anyone? Yes, sir, yes, sir. 3 bags full.
You know that Gareth didn't want you to sing Bar Bar Black Sheep as if you were a sheep, don't you?
But what do you ascertain from what he's just done?
Well, I mean, he can sing in tune and... in the broadest sense. Yeah, and making people feel comfortable and, let's not start with the Mozart Requiem. Let's start with Bar Bar Black Sheep as if frightened.
So, what are you thinking of this claim of Gareth's? I think it's true.
Also, you have got to have a thing, if you're auditioning lots of people, you can't think about it with each one. You've got to have a thing you ask everyone to do.
Yeah.
So I think we think
I think we're saying it's true.
I think it's true. OK, Gareth Malone, truth or lie?
It is... a lie.
I once lost Julian Lloyd-Webber's cello because I was chatting up a parking attendant.
Well, David, Auntie.
A lot of factors there. Why were you in possession of Julian Lloyd-Webber's cello?
Because he had lent it to me.
Why would he lend you his cello?
Well, not exactly lend. I was kind of looking after it.
Where were you, Alex?
I was in Manchester.
Right.
Yeah.
Was he playing? Was he doing a gig or something?
He was doing, he was like with an orchestra, but he had his own solo part, so he played.
I know an orchestra. They have an instrument each, don't they?
Yeah, but David, he had a special part.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
But for which he didn't need his cello. It was he asked you to hold the cello.
This was before.
And go and check on the parking scenario in the middle of the symphony.
This was before the concert.
Okay.
So did you know him?
I hadn't met him before. No.
But what was the great attraction of the parking attendant?
very handsome, very fit. It was a very hot
How did you
day.
tell under a big hat like that and his jacket up
He
there?
didn't
How
have a
did you
hat
tell?
on. They were very modern parking attendants.
Oh, he didn't have a hat on?
I think we need to analyse this story chronologically.
Right. Just that again.
Now, it is the day of the concert.
Right.
Yes. Dawn breaks.
Right.
Where are you and where is Julian Lloyd-Webber?
Julian Lloyd-Webber and I are both in Manchester.
When did you meet?
In the car park.
Said like a true Welsh girl.
No, the car park. I'm afraid the car park is not an acceptable answer to the question,
Right.
when did you meet?
Right.
Because the car park is a place, not a time.
Let me set the scene.
OK.
So, I'm in the car park with the car park attendant.
Of course you are.
But
Yeah.
the car park attendant is just there. He hasn't got a hat on. He's not that official.
He's just generally hanging around the car park, all sexy.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah.
What's he wearing at the time?
Has he got anything on?
Is he naked?
He's got jeans on and a t-shirt.
Jeans and a t-shirt?
And an
This
luminous
is just
jacket.
some guy.
Some bloke.
He's told you he's a
on.
car park attendant because he
No.
wants to sound important.
Is that important?
Yeah, it's the sexiest thing you can say. Everyone knows that.
Julian Lloyd-Webber walks in with his cello.
With his cello. Which weighs about 4 ton.
No, they're not that heavy.
Well,
Chris.
no.
They're not that heavy. And for someone like Julian, who's probably got a bit of sinew and bicep because of all his playing, it would be very light.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
going
how
to feel
they
heavy.
pick cellists, isn't it? They pick
Yes.
the ones that can carry it. You can teach anyone to play it, but it's the carrying it that's the trick.
Exactly.
He pitches up. He's on his phone.
Yeah. Oh, while carrying the cello.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Were you trying to get off with the car park man because you wanted to not pay for your own parking?
It's difficult to know if you're a car park attendant whether any relationship you're in is genuine. Is it me or is it just for the free parking?
Did he just hand the cello to you with a nod like that while he was on the understanding that you would know what he meant?
No, he'd put it down on his side and then just went...
What happens then?
Yes, this is crucial.
Then Julian comes off the phone, taps me on the shoulder. Where's my cello? I look round, cello gone.
What?
No!
It was the car parking attendant.
Who took the cello then?
The cello
Yeah?
had made its way into the concert hall.
Of course
On its own?
On its own.
The very best cellos can do that, can't they?
Well, somebody has taken the cello, gone into the concert hall with the cello. Julian and me flummoxed.
Flummoxed? So this is not an attempt to steal the cello. This is a do-gooder seeing an unattended cello and thinking, well, I can't leave that lying around. Someone could steal it. I'd better steal it.
It was a good citizen who thought, that's worth millions. It's on its own. I'll take it in.
Why were you at this concert? What was your ostensible role?
I was a runner researcher. So I was working on a television programme that they were making.
That's new information.
You didn't say that.
I'm suddenly coming round to
I know.
Julian's point of view.
I know.
So what do you think, David? What are you going to say?
It's utter nonsense.
You think it's nonsense?
I'm going to say she's lying.
You both
I'm
think
gonna
she's
say
lying?
She's lying, yeah.
She's lying in
Well, I certainly... I think it's true.
Do you?
But not enough to overrule. I haven't...
Oh, don't say that, because now you...
Well, no, it's very rarely that I overrule. At the moment, I believe in democracy.
Yeah.
But if it turns out you guys are wrong, I may lose my belief in democracy, and this could become a police state.
So your answer is?
We're going to say it's a lie.
Saying it's a lie. Right. Alex
Actually,
Jones.
no, we're going to say it's true. Sorry, police state time, we're going to say it's true.
I like that. I like that. I find that arousing.
Alex, truth or lie?
Rob, you should have to take the first answer on this programme. It's true.
Yes, it's true. Alex did lose Julian Lloyd-Webber's cello because she was chatting up a parking attendant.
I once hid a girl in my bed whilst my entire family came into the bedroom to have a conversation with me.
Right, Lee.
Now, how old were you?
I was 18.
And Bit of a nervy question. How old was she?
No, she was... she wasn't. She was of age.
Of age?
Yeah.
44.
65. No, she was just of a normal age.
She's been a normal age.
She's a normal age.
It's a bit ageist, isn't
For
it?
an 18-year-old
Are you saying that Rob's abnormal?
Well, yeah, if Rob was in my bed, it would be a bit weird, but...
Actually, a lot easier to hide him. Just pop him in the pillowcase, throw him over your shoulder, off you go.
So, you'd had a lovely tender time with this young lady. The next morning arrived, the start of a whole new dawn, and she was secreted, hidden, under the duvet.
My dad comes in,
knock,
and I say... Get under there.
Under there.
What did your dad say? No, Dad.
Who's this I've just found?
I don't want to have an awkward moment with my dad introducing him to this girl, so I said, why don't you just hide under there?
Was she a very thin girl? Because I would have thought you would have seen a body under a duvet.
Yeah. You see, you don't understand the kind of toggage that I'm rocking back at home. It's a very thick duvet. Plenty of...
Was it winter?
Duvet to
Jack?
hide. It was winter.
But there's nothing worse than a heavy tog in the summer.
Oh, I hate it. But I have 2 duvets within the thing, and then I take one out.
So do I. I take one away for the summer.
Yeah.
Stick it back on for the winter. It's a lovely way of doing
It's
it.
so good.
I'm sure.
God, is it always this boring, this show? Right. I'm just going to cut to the chase here. You two, watch him very carefully while I ask this question. What was her name?
Yeah, well, that's no proof. I can't say on TV.
Why?
Oh, very good.
I want to protect her modesty.
But do your whole
as I
family
did
come
on
into
that
your
morning.
bedroom often?
Oh, nice.
Do they just go, "Oh, morning"?
My dad
All
will
of
always
you,
come
yeah.
into my room,
Yeah.
and he always brings in the Telegraph and reads to me little extracts that he's found.
And then your mum's behind him, and then your brother and sister.
And then
Can we listen?
What happened this one morning was that my dad had received a round robin, so he came in to read me this letter. I said hide under the duvet. Then my mum came in with a cup of tea, and my dad was reading this letter, so he was like, "Oh, Molly, Barnaby, why don't you come in as well?"
Sounds like a rough family.
So they were all round the bed, and she was sort of hidden under there. It was quite a long letter as well, so I had to keep sort of giving her a bit of air. And then
You're doing that, were you?
yeah.
Is it a single bed or a double bed?
It's one of these ones that's like a small double bed.
Well, they're called single beds.
It was, yeah, it wasn't...
Is this the first time that had happened? Had you never been in that situation before? Or?
I'd brought a girl back before, but I'd been very careful to sort of sneak her out in the morning. I'd, like, distracted my dad, and then you just go, go.
That was the plan? The plan was you were going to sneak her out without anyone noticing?
Through the laundry chute?
I didn't know what a laundry chute is. The butler normally just takes it from the room.
Sorry.
No, but I was planning on sort of sneaking out and not having to deal with this situation.
Yeah.
And at the end, she was under there for too long. I had to let her out. Not let her out. That sounded like she wanted to be there initially.
The only way you can conceal someone lying under a duvet is to lie on top of them in exactly the same body shape that they are.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I was sort of, it's sort of over her.
What the hell are you doing?
No, I just so I could, I had a bit of my body on her.
I don't like humans touching me.
Just a bit of...
All right, so what do you think, Lee?
OK, I think... Well, sorry, Jim.
True, I think.
You think it's true?
I'm borderline true, yeah, true.
Borderline true. Go on, then. We'll go with true.
You're going to say true? OK. Jack Whitehall, were you telling the truth, or were you telling a lie?
It is a true...
Scandalous.
I used to have a job in a safari park gift shop and regularly shared my bed with a lion cub.
Lee Mack's team.
What year was this? Or what rough year? I don't need the exact year.
Is that your opening question, Lee? What year was this? I don't need the exact year.
Well, I didn't want to embarrass Karen in case you said, it was when I was 18 in 1642. I'd just say, give me the decade.
It was in the mid-70s.
So mid-70s, and you worked in a safari park?
I worked in a safari park gift shop.
Which safari park?
Windsor. Yeah, I lived in the safari park at the time. I lived in the safari park at the time with my sister.
But how could you live in it?
And she's human.
She had a house in the safari park.
Is it because she was connected with the safari park?
Yes,
Did they build round her? Did she buy it when it was just in a field? And then one morning she was lying there and she heard this.
She lived in the safari park with her husband.
Yeah.
Who
Has he got a
worked with the animals.
Has he got a name, the husband?
Francis.
Right.
He would bring home the little babies who'd been rejected by their mothers.
Don't, you're going to make me go.
So I went there one summer and there was a penguin in the bath and a lion cub in my bed. So I slept with a lion cub for the summer.
Carol, nothing happened, did it?
It did. No, it did.
Oh, God.
No, it only happened when my mum came down from Wales. And she walked into the bedroom and screamed.
I bet
because
she did.
saw me in bed with a lion cub.
How big is the cub? Are we talking, like, very young? Or...
Well, when I got there, it was that big.
Oh, yeah. It was that big by the time she'd finished. Did you sleep with any other animals while you were there? No, it's a genuine question.
No, I had a bath with a penguin.
You didn't?
Obviously. Was he in the bath and you got in unsolicited, or...?
No, he was in the bath.
He was already
in
in there.
cold water.
Right.
So I had to get the penguin out of the cold water. And
Did you
put him in
pick
the
up that
kitchen.
So what are you thinking, Lee?
I don't know. What do we think?
I think it could be true.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous, but she's so convincing.
When you say...
I wish she was on our team.
You're not...
So, Lee, what's it going to be? Truth or a lie?
You're
I
saying...
say it's true.
True. You're saying...
Oh, I'll go true. I'm malleable. Yeah, true.
You're saying true?
Yeah, true.
OK. Carol Vorderman. Lion cub in the bed. Truth or lie?
True.
Oh, wow!
Yes, it's true. Carol did used to share her bed with a lion cub.
In Thailand, I paid £200 to have my portrait painted by a monkey. This is that portrait.
All right.
Can I give you that?
David, what do you think?
There you go.
Treasure it.
What colour shirt were you wearing?
You probably want to ask less what colour shirt I was wearing, what colours were available to the monkey at the time.
You don't particularly remember it being green?
No, and I don't
Were you
remember having
eating-
4 green ears either.
And what colours were available to the monkey? Blue, red, green, and its own excrement.
That's my face!
Can I just say, I was recently at a zoo where I was painting with chimps. In the North Wales, in the Colwyn Bay Mountain Zoo in Wales, and I tried to get them to paint stuff, and there's no way that they would have done that well.
I'm not being racist, but that's your Welsh chimp. That's all I'm saying.
How big was the chimp?
Well, let me remember now. He was sort of like this. I'd say he was about that big sat down.
Yeah.
So that plus a couple of chimp's legs.
I honestly don't think that a monkey... There's a sort of mouth on that, and his eyes, there's 2 blue blobs of eyes.
The monkey
monkeys can't do that.
You think it's too good, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the resemblance is too strong. You've even got your little squinty cockeyed eyes.
Don't push your luck. Things I have to put up with on the show. You're wondering why it's like this, OK?
No, it's him did it. I'm not wondering why.
It could have been better, but he was a surrealist.
David, what are you going to say? Is this monkey story true?
I think it's a lie. I think it's an absolutely pointless act to get a monkey to paint a picture of you, and I think Lee would also have thought that.
I think Rod thinks it's a lie. We know that. Sally?
He looks like a hard man.
Okay.
He wouldn't be easily...
So, David, you're
Fooled
saying
by
lie?
this.
I think we all think it's a lie,
OK.
yeah.
Lee?
I'm sorry, but it feels weird being up and not being able to press something. Do you mind?
Not at all.
It is, in fact, a lie. I can tell if someone is left or right-handed just by looking at their ears.
David's team.
just by looking at their...
Sorry, I didn't...
This is...
What people don't realise is that the most common twitch is this. You don't realise you're doing it, but over the course of a lifetime, that will just slightly...
Are you saying then that if I'm right-handed, I will tug on my ear as a little sort of nervous tick so much that either...
Not
what
so
will happen?
much.
My ear will move down the head? Or is it just...
To a layman...
Or is it just the lobe will elongate?
Rod, to a layman, no, you wouldn't spot it. But for a professional, you know it.
I'm studying your ears.
Wow.
And on
please
your
do.
theory,
Yeah.
you're left-handed because your left ear is definitely
No, 'cause I
longer
was
than
doing
your
that.
right.
I
Isn't
was
his
doing
left
that.
ear longer than his right? So what are you, left or right-handed?
Left.
It's funny you should say that, because I think your right lobe is larger than your left.
I'm ambidextrous.
What am I, then?
You're Carol Vorderman.
Am I left or am I right?
Well, you're an interesting one. You're right-handed.
I am, yeah.
Because you're showing your ear so much, because you're so used to tugging it, you've got it ready now to tug.
What about David, Lee? Which am I?
Well, yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
I'm finding this quite a stressful moment.
I can't do it whilst you're holding these. I have to have a look. You keep your head
I've
still.
got tiny ears.
You have?
But I only grew arms when I was 9. Maybe that's
Yeah, classic right hand.
Yes, I'm right-handed.
Gosh, he's good, isn't he?
So Lee, looking at my ears...
You're a textbook right-hander. Textbook.
Really?
Yeah, textbook.
I'm not, though.
You are?
I'm not, I'm left-handed.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about when you're using a textbook.
My ears are so flat to my head, you can't tell, can you? My ears...
You've got any ears. I genuinely can't see your ears. Look into the camera. You've got no ears. That's bizarre.
So what do you think, David?
Well, personally, I think it's true, but I'll just check with my team.
Lie.
You think it's a lie?
Right.
You think it's a lie? Well, as I say, I think it's true.
You think it's true?
No, of course I don't! I don't think it's true, and neither do my team, so we'll say lie.
It's a lie. OK. Lee, truth or lie?
Of course it's a lie.
I was once forced to continually ballroom dance while presenting 5 minutes of live TV.
Lee.
What was the programme?
The programme was Edinburgh Nights. It was a little while ago.
How long ago?
It was...
Is it written on the ceiling?
It was...
Does that say true or a lie?
Yeah, I'm looking for it as well.
It was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Do you remember which dance did you perform?
I performed the tango.
And who was your partner?
He was the world champion tangoist.
Tangoist?
Was he like a giant orange guy who came and
I've been tangoed! Was it Craig Revel Horwood?
As far as I remember, it was somebody that was handsome.
Oh, he wasn't in there.
Oh, well.
He was a professional ballroom dancer.
Was it Argentinian tango or classic tango?
Or diet tango?
Or diet.
What's the difference?
Well, one is very improvised, the other is very stiff.
Which is the stiff one?
They call it the ballroom tango.
The one where you're
the one where you have to do a lot of flick.
I like that one.
It was that one.
Oh, it was that one?
It was that one. That one where you...
Yes, so the heads.
Am I alone in feeling an electric sexual
Sexual connection. Why did you have to do 5 minutes tango live on TV?
Because there was a film out.
What was the film?
The film was...
Godzilla.
Strictly Ballroom.
I remember it very well.
Oh, Strictly Ballroom.
I was talking about the film.
Ah.
At the same time as you were dancing?
Yes.
Did you do the thing at the end? This is Kirsty Walk, dancing, news, whatever you say. Whatever they say.
It wasn't the news, though,
Oh,
so that would be inappropriate at the end of a programme. It's like at the end of this, Rob doesn't go, and that was the news.
I watched that Edinburgh Night. I watched it.
You watched that one?
Not that one, but I watched it over the years,
Yes.
and usually they're really intense. They're always sitting down. It's too light entertainment for that kind of show.
OK, so Lee, he thinks it's a lie.
OK.
I think it's true.
Oh, a split decision, I hate that.
Kirsty, tangoing while presenting to camera. Truth or lie?
True.
One of the codes I live my life by.
Always a good start.
Is that my appearance should be in no way noteworthy. but then again, not so unnoteworthy as to be in itself noteworthy.
What do you think?
Well, if it is true, you're certainly carrying it off. When did you decide on this code?
It didn't happen suddenly. It just, you know...
It sort of developed.
The way I felt comfortable being sort of gradually formed into the philosophy, and I don't think that's too grandiose a term, that I have read off a card for you today.
I would say since you've got a beard, you have become more noteworthy.
The answer to that is I've enjoyed growing a beard. But you're right, because I've grown a beard, some people have said, oh, I see you've grown a beard, or he's got a beard, look at his beard. And I hate those moments.
Can I just put you up on the point?
I deeply hate those moments of being physically noticed.
Have you really enjoyed growing a beard?
Well, no, that's what's so odd. I mean, I haven't, like, hugely enjoyed it. It's not been like a brilliant roller coaster. but it's just very, very slightly I've enjoyed it. And very slightly also I've had a sense of achievement. Of course, it is no achievement. It's actually a failure in personal hygiene. but it feels like an achievement.
But you surely went through the difficult itchy stage.
I did go through this.
No one enjoys that?
No. I call them my teens.
Do you make these rules about everything? Are the underpants you're wearing unnoteworthy enough to be you know what I'm saying? Are they?
No, I don't think...
Sorry, let's start again. Are you wearing underwear?
Yes.
OK.
And I don't want to sound too sexy, but yes.
Oh.
I don't want to sound too sexy, but no.
Oh.
Under my underwear, I'm naked.
Oh. David, I want to know not what you consider noteworthy, I want to know what you consider so unnoteworthy that it becomes noteworthy.
A grey tie. If you were in a suit, like you're in a suit-wearing scenario, and you wore a grey tie, that would be so unnoteworthy as to be in itself noteworthy.
So a grey tie...
It could be so colourless, so not wanting to draw the eye, it would draw the eye. It's how you spot spies, isn't it? People who are just trying to blend in so much, they blended in so much they're noticeable.
It's true.
Like a chameleon. If there was a chameleon in here, it would stand out.
I'll tell you what, if there was a comedian in here, it'd stand out.
It's a worrying round of applause on the subject of our...
Is it true or is it a lie? Make your decision.
I think it's true. I think it's very plausible that David would be like that, yeah.
OK.
Yeah, I think it's true.
True?
I'll go in my team and say it's true.
All saying true. David, truth or lie?
Yes, well, of course it's true.
In nightclubs, in order to impress the ladies, I used to break into my special catwalk move.
I hope this is true. Lee's team.
Before, you know we're going to ask you to demonstrate it. Before you do, can we just clarify? You mean like a model, or were you on all fours and weeing?
And walking at the same time. No, like a model,
OK, well, could you demonstrate for us now?
Well, no, that'd be ridiculous.
No, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. No, because if I showed you that I did a very good catwalk move, then obviously I'm telling the truth.
Not necessarily. You could be lying, but you are able to do it. You could say, when I used to go to nightclubs, I would occasionally stand on one leg. And if I said demonstrate, you'd go, no, because if I stand on one leg, it'll prove I can do it. And I'd go, no, proves you can stand on one leg. It didn't prove that you used to do it in nightclubs. So I ask you again, get yourself on the floor and start walking.
This move is so good that if I were to show I could do it, you'd be going, well, obviously you'd play that card in a nightclub.
Just imagine we're in a nightclub now, nightclub setting. I'm single, I'm well up for it, I'm from Essex.
I'll take this. Will you compromise? Will you do the face?
Yeah, do you do a model face? Like, do you pout?
It's more about the swivel of the face than the face itself.
Right.
The
swivel of the face?
Wow.
How do you swivel your face?
It's very difficult.
I can swivel my face.
Really?
I mean, that's swivelling it, isn't it?
No, that's surely swivelling your head.
That's bad.
Swivelling, that's bad.
To
Well, your face swivels when you swivel your head. The head's the thing your face is on.
Your head does need to stay still while the face moves if you're going to do it.
No, I don't. I think you can swivel things with the use of things that the things are attached to.
I can move my eyes, seriously, right to the back of my head. Watch. There you go. No. Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Swivel your face in relation to other bits of your head. I'm swiveling it in relation to the rest of the universe.
Dara, really, within the rules of the game, I think it would be right for you to show us this move. Dara, I'm going to help you here.
Oh, no,
okay?
no. Here,
yes, I am. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you a little bit of music so you've got something to work with.
Oh, inspiration.
Now, I don't know if we've got anything ready, but hit it.
Wait, stop. Whoa, wait, no, hold on. This is the catwalk area here, right? Right. However, first the model walks out to the start of the walk, right? So I'm slightly backstage here. I'm nervous. I'm ready to go, right? This will be the catwalk area here. When I hit the bend, watch for the swivel, right?
Dara, was this boring bit part of the chatter?
Oh, man.
Did you have to explain it all before you did it? But what she was about to see?
Did you have the confidence in the nightclub to go? Cut the music! I'm not ready! Cut the music! Everyone, stop having fun! I'm not ready!
OK, music.
Yeah. No clapping, no clapping. Hang on a second.
But I find that very attractive.
The swivel? Did you see the swivel?
Good, yeah.
Oh,
that was nice. The swivel of your head rather than your face.
What you're asking for would require surgery.
That's what the women used to say when he used to chat up.
Lee, what's it going to be, truth or lie?
What do we think?
Well, I think...
Would that have done anything for you in a nightclub?
No, not really.
10 years ago,
It'd made me
more hair,
laugh.
thinner, you know.
I'd have
I'm
laughed.
not at me fighting weight here, right?
Definitely wasn't the first time he's done that move. He's definitely pulled that move off before.
He's definitely done that
with too
move
much
before.
confidence.
Do you think so?
Too much confidence.
Should we think it's the truth then?
But he hasn't necessarily done it for the reasons he's saying he's done it.
Men are so indecisive. Let's just go with the truth.
I'm not sure about that.
Let's go with the truth.
So, Lee, what's it going to be? Come on.
Should we go for
We'll go for the truth.
Let's go for a truth.
Right, they're saying it's the truth. Dara O'Brien, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
It is true.
Yes, it's true. Dara used to break into a special catwalk move to impress the ladies in nightclubs.
Possession.
There's a box under the desk. Just pop the box on the desk, and then there's a card inside it. Before you take out the possession, just read the card, please.
This is one of the pairs of leg warmers for birds that I have made. I would have brought more, but birds are using them.
Could you show us these leg warmers?
I live beside the canal, and the swans are very unhappy around there.
The swans? You've tried to put a leg warmer on a swan?
He hasn't tried to, he succeeded.
How the hell do you... A swan? So they're trying to feed it over the webbing, and he doesn't get crushed. It's got a great big beak on us.
Everyone knows about this, but if you befriend the swan... The first thing, you befriend the swan when the wings go up like that, and then generally the next thing they go like that, as in make me leg warmers. That's it.
Are they for swans?
David, they would break your arm if you went near them.
Famously.
Famously.
That's what they do. They break your arm and then the Queen eats them.
Yes.
How do you get them over their feet?
If you put your hand like that and then try and get it over there. It's like O.J. Simpson. Stick it on there. That's a swan.
That's a swan foot.
That's a swan.
With the swan, it's all about authority. So watch this. No, they're webbed.
That's no good.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt the swan. You've just ripped through its webbing.
You know when you said swan at the beginning?
Yeah.
Did you mean sparrow? David, it's time to take a guess. I mean, I don't know which way you're going to go on this.
Maybe a swan could be able to slip that over its foot, and maybe a swan would derive tremendous warmth from this incredibly thin and flimsy and short piece of material going an inconsiderable distance up its really rather long leg.
I think it's true.
Don't say that! Don't say, because that's the sort of... That's what happens to your mind in this game. You say, and you start thinking, oh, yeah, of course, the fact that he said swan and it seems impossible is exactly what's so plausible about it.
If you people don't start taking this a bit more seriously, I'm going to bring my Uncle Ian out here again.
So what are you going to go for?
I think we're going to say lie.
Lie? You're saying it's a lie?
I'd just
David
like to
or
say,
Doherty?
Rob...
Yes?
If it's true...
Yes?
I don't care.
David, truth or lie?
I'm afraid my tale of swan leg warmers is a lie.
Oh, thank God. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought it? Yes, it's a lie. David doesn't make leg warmers for birds.
I have a recurring dream in which a monkey in silver hot pants feeds me soup from a bowler hat.
Oh!
Please, T.
Do you find primates attractive?
It's that primates find me attractive.
Well, we've seen that with Mickey earlier.
When was the first time you had this dream?
I've been having this dream since adolescence.
OK, what kind of monkey is it?
I don't know exactly what type. It's a bit like a capuchin monkey. It's quite small.
Are they the ones with the frothy bit and the chocolate on there?
How does the dream affect you when you wake from a night having had this dream? Do you awake fulfilled? Are you a better... That's not what I meant, and you know that. Do you wake in a good frame of mind, or are you troubled?
I am satisfied, I am sated, I am replete.
Where are you in the dream when the monkey's... Is it feeding you, you say?
What are you wearing?
I don't notice that.
Yeah, what are you wearing?
I never noticed that. It doesn't form part of the dream.
Do you think there's any amorous connotations to this dream? You know, you got the little Kylie Minogue hot pants on. Probably why you can't get it out of your head. And you've got...
So what do you think? Could this be true?
I think it's so brilliant, but I think Fiona might just be a fantastic liar.
She was very quick on her answers. I think it was...
True.
I think it's true.
Let's go true.
We'll go with true.
OK. Fiona Bruce, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Oh!
No!
You did it
Yes, a lie. Fiona doesn't have a recurring dream where a monkey in silver hot pants feeds her soup from a bowler hat. Next.
I once set fire to my house with a box of fireworks.
David Mitchell's team.
Was this on purpose?
It was done out of ignorance.
What age were you?
I was somewhere around about 7.
I want to know where you grew up, where a 7-year-old can buy a box of fireworks.
I bought them in the shop near where I lived in Middlesbrough. It was a box for 2 and 6 of standard fireworks. That was the brand.
Standard brand. That sounds exciting. Standard fireworks. Yeah. A normal level of excitement will be endangered. Yeah. For a bonfire night, you will forget.
But it says standard, but then it's...
That is standard for a firework.
Yeah.
So you're in your home, and you're 7 or 8 years old.
I'm 7 and I'm on my own, yeah.
On your own?
Yeah, and
What happens?
on one of the fireworks, I think it was the sparklers, it said, not suitable for indoor use. Which, at that age, makes you think, that means they're OK.
Could you just not read the word not when you were being...
Did you think not was the brand? You go, oh, lovely. I love that not brand food. It's not for human consumption.
You know that logic that says, well, people have obviously tried them indoors.
I've discovered they're not suitable.
Yeah.
So therefore, I won't use them indoors because I want to live.
If you look at a big firework, it won't say not suitable for indoors. It's obvious.
Yeah. Right.
But on the sparklers, they chose to put it on.
So what happened?
I lit the sparkler. The sparks went into the box of fireworks, a standard box, and set them off. And I carried the box of fireworks, now beginning to light, into the kitchen, and I threw them into the kitchen. I thought it would be more suitable.
I think you're right. The kitchen, of all the rooms, is the most suitable for fireworks, isn't it?
Because of the oven, the gas, the stove. There is fire naturally in the kitchen.
Yeah, there's a lot of... And it's more wipe down.
Yes.
Less cloth.
So what happened then?
They went off in the
What was the sound like? Was it bing, wee?
No, these were only standard. And, you know, I remember, as I'm sat here now, wiping the scorch marks off the floor and thinking that my mum's going to kill me.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be in big trouble. Then I went back into the living room. Unbeknownst to me, I dropped one. And the living room was completely engulfed in flames.
It sounds to me that if you're on your own at home at 7, your mum's pretty laid back anyway.
She said, son, will you sit here and look after these fireworks? Whilst I go out to the bingo.
So, you lit the sparkler. A spark went into the standard box.
Yes.
The box starts to go... You go, uh-oh, I must get them into the most suitable room for fireworks.
Yes.
The kitchen. No need to go beyond the kitchen to the outdoors.
Yeah. Mum said don't go out.
It's good to know there was at least one rule in your house.
What time of day did all this happen?
This happened mid-afternoon.
Oh, dear, so you didn't really get the benefit of the...
Who put the fire out? I went to next door where Miss Best lived. She was, bless her, she was about 80. And I knocked on their door and said, my house is on fire. And she said, do you know, I thought it was.
So what happened then?
She called the fire brigade. They fired their water hoses throughout the house.
Yes.
Ruining it.
Even the rooms where there's no fire.
Not ruining it.
Yeah.
You do know that before they put out fires, it's already ruined, don't you?
Lee.
You're making this house all wet. It was lovely and warm before.
And it's the water damage that knackers the house.
Is it? Not the fire?
Not the fire. If they would use their boots to put it out. Honestly, the entire house, that's it. I was in a family of 4 children, and we were homeless.
Where? Come on, keep it light.
No, I'm just saying.
Where were all the other kids while you were alone with the fire? Why did you take 3
They
children
were looking
Ah,
out
after
and leave
fireworks in other people's houses.
So when you say you were homeless, how much of the house did the inferno claim?
It's gone. Entire
It's
house
what, the
gone.
whole
house gone. Yeah.
The whole house burnt down?
Burnt down.
So how much did you leave in the living room? The fireworks in the kitchen have only caused a few scorches.
Yeah.
What did you leave in the living room?
And now, don't you feel stupid for saying standard fireworks?
Yeah.
I tell
Not
you,
really.
I think
you were stupid to light a sparkler indoors.
If you don't know what you dropped in the living room, is there a chance that it's just a coincidence?
No, it could be.
That it might not have been your fault?
That's what I said to the press.
It's not your fault.
Press? What press? Who did you speak to?
Local press.
Because they came to the house while it was burning?
Yeah, you know, they're their hats on, trilbies, sniffing around.
With those little bits of paper in the notebook. Were they called things like Scoop McLean?
I believe it was called Ron Waffle.
Sorry, Ron Waffle?
It was either him, the other ace reporter on the Gazette was John Caramel. It was one of them two.
Caramel and Waffle.
Honestly.
The question is whether you think Bob has been telling the truth.
Well, I thought it seemed very plausible until we heard about caramel and waffle.
I think he thinks he's telling the truth, but I think what's happened at some point, he's seen a film in which this has happened.
He saw backdraft.
And is now convinced that it happened to him. I think it's a lie.
Sarah.
I was going to say I want it to be true, but that sounds really horrible. I think it might be true.
Well, I think it's true. I think it's true.
So you're going to go for true?
Yeah.
OK, Bob, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Oh.
For the last 30 years, my breakfast regime has never altered. I have 1 bowl of porridge, 1 large banana, and half a pint of lager.
Lee, how much do we want this to be true?
It's healthy.
It really isn't. Sorry to break it to you, but porridge is not good for you. So for 30 years, why did you start, apart from emotional problems? Drinking, breakfast?
I had a bit of a thing about staying healthy as I got older. I thought it was important to have a routine, to have regular nourishment that answered many of the needs of the diet fads that were around at the time. And then, of course, once I'd started, I liked it.
Well, where did the alcohol come into it, though?
Well, you can't just have porridge by itself and banana. It's very dry. You have to have something to drink with it.
Are you seriously in a half-pint glass or in a pint glass that's half full?
It's half a pint.
Have you got it on draft in the kitchen?
No, I don't do that. I buy lager like other people do in cans. I don't gulp it down. I just enjoy it. I read The Guardian while
potassium...
You read The Guardian with your half a lager.
And your banana and the other one.
Exactly.
Forget the paper.
So when you go abroad, do you hunt down bananas and lager?
Yes, it's not difficult if you stay at the right places. It's not difficult to acquire lager anywhere in the world.
All hotels do have lager.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why specifically?
That's not the bit we're doubting, David.
Well,
we're not doubting where you get them.
Porridge is also well known as a breakfast food. I don't see which of these three things do you think will be somehow unattainable
It's not
in the places you might go and stay on holiday or on business.
Some places you go to, you will find it difficult to find porridge.
Where?
Some of the Greek countries you'll find it difficult. Cyprus, you'll have, I know, few
I have to say, I have to...
The Greek countries, like
when
Greece.
that's not been... The problem that I've encountered is when I go to stay somewhere in which I've rented a villa or something, and then I take porridge oats with me.
And beer.
And beer.
As well.
No, you can order that.
Where'd you go and...
You can't order it in a villa.
No, you can't order it, but
unless you open the back door and scream, I'm a heavy drinker, somebody help me. At 7 in the morning, I've got an hour! I need lager! Porridge and a banana, thank you.
I have genuinely never been in a villa in another country when there hasn't also been lager there.
In the villa?
Yeah, but that's not naturally occurring. But when people go on holiday, British people, they go on holiday, the first thing they do is they buy a load of lager.
Do you find yourself sometimes on a stressful week having quite a few breakfasts during the day? Were you in the green room before? What are you having for dinner, Joe? Oh, I'll just have another breakfast. I see porridge and banana, and yes, another little half a lager.
Let me just say, Joan, whatever it is that you do, it's working because
Thank you.
You look fantastic. You see, that's how you talk to a lady. Now, Lee, what are you thinking?
She couldn't understand a word you said. She's drunk.
Is it the truth or is it a lie? Time to decide.
I think she looks great, and that's why I don't think she drinks half a lager. Because look at me, I do drink lager every night, and I'm 24. What do you think, Mary?
Yeah, I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
I think it's a lie.
Let's go for a lie.
So you're going to say it's a lie?
I'll say it's a lie.
OK, they're saying it's a lie. Joan, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It was a lie.
Yes, it was a lie. For the last 30 years, Joan's breakfast regime hasn't been 1 bowl of porridge, 1 large banana, and half a pint of lager.
I once licked David Bowie's cake just to be close to him.
David.
Now, I would have thought that was not a good way of being close to him, but that was a way of being forcibly removed from his presence. So how did licking his cake bring you close to him?
Right, so, it was the 1980s. I believe it was the year of the Glass Spider tour.
Yeah.
I was working as a waitress.
In a cocktail
bar. No.
Not a Bowie song.
I was going to say, I'm sure. I'm no expert, but that's not one of his.
That much is true.
Right.
Thank you.
So Mel, if you were working as a waitress...
It wasn't a cocktail bar, it was a cappuccino bar, because it was the 80s. So I was working as a waitress in a cappuccino bar.
Hang on, was cappuccino popular in the 80s? Let's get this...
Yeah, they came in the 80s, didn't they?
They arrived in Port Talbot a week last Thursday.
Anyway, I'm not quite good-looking enough / slim enough to be serving at tables.
Oh, right.
So
did they tell you this? Did they say, I'm sorry, love, I'm sorry.
No.
I can't have you serving the customers, I'm sorry.
We're going to have to hide you round the back making the froth.
No, pretty much. I was a washer-upper in aforementioned cappuccino bar. Now, massive excitement one day. I'm in the back doing the washing up. The word is spreading like wildfire. Bowie's in, Bowie's in, Bowie's in. I saw him in profile, sitting
How did you see him from
at
the
the
kitchen?
cappuccino bar because I could look through the door.
You were allowed.
Occasionally.
And all the customers went... she was grabbed back in again, a manic...
Get back in the chocolate sprinkles pit!
So, Bowie had ordered, let's imagine, I think it was something like a sort of a hot chocolate fudge slice, please, or something like that.
Can we get on to the licking?
Let's get on to the licking.
It's like Friday night in my house.
I thought, I'm not going to get to say hello to him because I'm not allowed to go out front and serve the man. So what can I do just to feel that I have entered him in some way?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, just...
Yes, that some of your DNA has
him.
been ingested by the great man.
Well, what sort of lick? Bearing in mind that this is very much a family show, do the lick for us now.
Plate, slice, it would have been... I'll just try and get back in the zone. Hang on. It would have just been a...
So it's just a little lick. That's not what I imagined, actually. I thought you would go up and down it a couple of times.
No.
It's
just a little polite
just
lick.
a touch.
It was full of homage and reverence for the great man. And then, obviously, it went out and I never saw him again.
It wasn't long after that he was hospitalised. All right, David, what are you thinking? Could this be true?
Well, it could be true, but...
you know, she started off as a waitress, then she became, you know...
A washer-upper.
A washer-upper.
Yes. I think it sounds so absurd and she's been so random that I think there's an element of truth to it, personally.
So what are you going to say, David? Is it truth or is it a lie?
Well, one or the other. I think on balance it's a lie.
You're going to say lie. So, Mel, licking David Bowie's cake, is it true or was it a lie?
It is a great fat true.
Every time I shower, I must adhere to my strict system for drying myself.
OK, quick as you can. What's the system for drying yourself?
Well, I always use a towel.
Weird eccentric.
Well, actually, I don't start with a towel. I sort of brush water off this arm. I can do that 20 times.
With your hand?
With my hand.
Yeah.
And then 20 times that one.
Do you dry yourself between your legs with your hands?
I don't, Richard.
Is it like an OCD thing where it is 20 or is it roughly 20?
Oh, it can be multiples of 20.
You're not serious.
Yeah, so like 20 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
We know what 20 is.
And then the same on that. And then 30 in the hair.
30 in the hair.
And then and then I think if I'm ready to move on to the towel phase. I think I've done the arm and head thing. It's towel time.
And when did you start doing this?
In the last 2 years.
When you reach for the towel, are there any other oddities, or do you basically then proceed in what we would refer to as a conventional drying manner?
Well, I get the towel and I do 50 on the top of the head.
Right.
And then this is quite a new development, actually. Probably within the last...
The whole thing is quite a new development.
No, but
you clearly had some sort of breakdown a couple of years ago.
So now it's 50 on top and 50 behind, whereas it used to just be 50 on top.
What was it about your drying policy before this point, 2 or 3 years ago, that you considered inadequate?
I was getting to a lot of towels.
How much moisture do you hold?
I am unbelievably absorbent. You, one could wring me out like a sponge.
Have you tried that? Because that might be a more efficient way of...
Don't see what it is about this system that is hard to believe or understand.
I don't like it.
No.
Well, no, don't do it.
If this turns out to be true, it's going to be a tense evening.
Do you or have you ever washed your car by hand rather than going through the drive-through or something?
No, never.
No, really?
Never.
Never?
You're the most middle-class man I've ever met. You've never washed your own car?
I've been through the rolling one.
That's not the same, Miles. Getting the coin and putting it in the slot does not constitute manual labour.
I've only had a car for 3 years. Maybe that's why this started.
Yes, did the purchase of the car coincide with a new shower policy? Having seen the car go through the roly thing that for some reason you don't know the name of, even though the name pretty much creates itself.
That's right.
You sort of think, I want to create my own domestic version of this with my hands.
I don't...
Yeah. Do you have a little sign when you go into the bathroom that says, stop? Once you get... Do you edge forward, waiting? Stop. And you've got to do it quickly, because you know the thing's going to beep, beep, and you're going to get out again. So, David, it's time to take a guess.
What do you think?
It's truly horrible. But I want it to be true, and I'm an optimist in life, so I'll say it's true.
I can't go with that. I mean, if it is true, then it's really disturbing and frightening and all those other things that you scare your kids with.
My instinct is that it's a lie.
OK,
So
you're saying it's a lie. Well, Miles, were you telling the truth, Miles, or were you telling a lie?
It is... true.
I shaved off a beard I had been growing for weeks because I didn't want David to think I was copying him.
David, on the team with 2 beards.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
About 2 months ago.
What was it that alerted you to the fact that I had grown a beard?
Well, I looked at you and you had a beard.
Are you all right? Are you having a breakdown? Were you ever together in the same room with beards?
We did a radio show together, and you had a beard, and then he doesn't remember the radio show. Look at his eyes, glazed over. Who the hell is this man? I thought he was my driver. Do you recognise me now? Hello, Mr. Davis. Very nice beard. And then about a couple of months later, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I invited you round to my house for dinner.
Yes, I remember.
Thank God for that. And you came.
I was there as well.
Yeah. Rob was there too.
What a cosy picture we're painting.
Yes. We were all there, all together, and we sat in this position. I sat on my table. Rob there. David was sat in the other room.
And at that point, had you shaved your beard off?
I have a beard quite a lot when I'm at home, when I'm not doing a telly show. And then I'll get rid of it if I'm doing a telly show. And I said something to my wife like, actually, David's got a beard. He might think I've grown a beard to copy him. And I just said that as a joke, but it festered.
So many of your jokes do.
So I thought, I'll give him a bit of a chance. I'll shave the beard off so he doesn't think, and there's no unsaid tension.
So you shaved it off there and then?
I shaved it off about 10 minutes before you came round.
So what are you going to say, David? Truth or lie?
It's a very caring portrait of himself.
Yeah, it is. You might have thought about that before you came on, Andy, actually.
It seems that Lee's very worried about your feelings. I mean, it's very touching.
I wouldn't go that far.
OK, David.
I think we think it's true.
Yeah. All right. Lee, truth or lie?
It is, in fact, true. Every time I make a cup of tea, I pretend I'm in the World Darts Final and test out my skill at throwing the tea bag in the cup.
David's team.
That's not exactly what you have to do in darts, is it? How far away from the cup do you stand to throw the bag?
I do exactly 4 paces. But large paces, so, Rob, about 6 paces.
And what sort of tea bags do you favour?
Oh, the old David Mitchell chat-up line. The tea bag of preference
Do you
is...
use a pyramid bag?
No.
Or a frisbee-like Tetley affair?
The little round ones, the round ones. Because as we all know, if you're going to try and throw a pyramid-shaped tea bag into a cup at 4 paces, well, you're an idiot. We all know that.
What's your success rate?
About 1 in 10. The way I do it is this. So you get 3 tea bags, you take your 4 paces, and then you do a little bit of a, you know, psych yourself up, pretend it's the World Darts Final, give yourself
have a pint of bitter.
Yeah, you know, put on a bit of weight, yeah. Get the tea bag and then give myself a bit of pressure by saying to myself, here he is, Lee Mack. He needs to get 1 tea bag into the cup to become the World Darts Champion. Can he do it?
If you get it in the cup, do you then say 180?
No, because there's only 1, so I just go, 1! But I usually end bit, I go, 1 tea! And then I'll throw 3, and then I'll go back and I'll gather the 3, and I'll do it again, and then I'll give myself 1 final throw of 3s.
This sounds remarkable, and
Well,
we're all now picturing it, aren't we?
Yeah.
In our minds. How lovely it would be if we had a
yes,
mug.
well, that's the thing.
And if we had some tea bags, and if the mug, for example, got popped just on the desk there. Why don't you put it there?
Well, that is far more than 4 paces.
Yeah, you've got to come over here. You come over here.
I tell you what, after this, we're going to forget all this truth and lies stuff. This is a much better game.
Right. So what I do is I go up to the cup like that, and I'll sort of do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I'll often do this. I'll look to my right, might put the kettle on, get it ready, and I'll often look to the left and go, Rob, get out of the kitchen. And I'll go like that. I'll go, Heston, the beans are burning, you were in charge of them. David, put some clothes on. And then I will... The trick is to get... You can't squeeze too hard because you split the bag.
Oh, I know.
The trick is to give the tea bags a little shake, and then you've got to get them compact. I mean, it's a bit disgusting, but a real little trick is if you've got sweaty palms, you'll get a bit more, you know what I mean? A bit more
I've got sweaty palms.
Yeah, but I don't want you, because I've got to drink the tea.
Oh, right. You're
not always going to be there for me, are you?
I am.
At least say you're not, David. And then you put it onto your head.
Lee, just say, you've obviously got quite a large kitchen.
Well, no, because now I'm now in the living room.
But you just said the kettle's there.
Yeah, no, I keep my kettle in the living room. I'm old school. Why get up to make a cup of tea? You put it next to your sofa. I'm not an idiot. Right, and then you do that. You get it on your head like this.
Yeah.
Like that, and then you do that. I'll tell you what, when it hits the cup, it's a lovely noise. Now, at this point at home, I'll be going, because look at this. This is actually turning into an event now. And then I'll go, Lee Mack has only got 6 tea bags left to become the world champion. He's going to have to make sure that this one goes in, otherwise Joggy Wilson will be in.
Lovely. Well, there we are. So what are you going to say then, David?
Well, the thing is, it is difficult now, because whether or not it's true, he's definitely going to do it from now on. As am I. Do you think it's a lie?
I'm not sure.
I think it's true.
Well, I think we're going to say true.
You're going to say it's true. OK, Lee, truth or lie?
It was, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. Lee does pretend he's in the World Darts Final every time he makes a cup of tea.